Welcome to Stirred Up. I'm Heather.
I'm Jessica.
Welcome to our podcast where business meets happy hour and we're serving up brand insights with bar rail banter.
We're two Midwest corporate pros who love dissecting popular brands, not just for their marketing genius or business moves,
but for their corporate integrity. Together, Jess and I dig into sustainability, leadership, and how brands are actually impacting the world we live in.
All while keeping it fun, relatable, and let's be honest, fueled by some Fireball too.
Woohoo! So whether we're clinking glasses to the brands who are doing it right,
or closing the book on the one that missed the mark,
we'll bring you the real, unfiltered takes on what the brands are doing that are shaping our world and the lives we live daily.
So grab a drink, settle in, and let's get this shit stirred up.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Near Pink Pony Club,
I wanna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club.
I'm gonna keep on dancing
Down in West Hollywood.
I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club.
There we go.
Fireball.
Welcome.
Welcome to Stirred Up.
Welcome to Stirred Up. I'm Jessica.
I'm Heather.
Thanks for joining us today.
Welcome to our podcast.
Not the Alexa podcast. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes. Welcome to Jessica's podcast. Kidding. But I was at Waste Management. I was listening to it again on the way out here to start making fun of you right away.
Okay, good.
Because mostly it's me who's annoying, and because you love me, but like also you're very authentically yourself with me. You tell me a lot like, nope.
I know there was a point where I was like,
but
no.
I need it.
I flat out said no. It was like a recycling thing.
And then a lot of times she'll go, I'll say something that you either didn't follow because it made no sense.
Yeah. I had a couple of those.
Yeah.
I had a couple of those. I'll look at you and I'm like, yeah. And then I'll just move on.
It's all part of the experience, folks. And then to hear us talk about methane gases, I'm like, listen, if we could say anything more, we are not scientists. That is not our expertise. I just learned north, south, east, and west like 15 minutes ago. Okay. Pink Pony Club. So what are you listening to right now? Because we're listening back to some of our first episodes and we talked about Stoney Maloney. What are you listening to? I am explicitly listening to Pink Pony Club.
Yeah.
Alexa, volume max, repeat.
That's funny. So is she going to do it?
Yours is too dumb. Because his name is Alex, and he's a pain in the ass, and he knows nothing.
He is a dummy.
He's the dumbest ass computer I've ever
We
been around.
are absolutely listening to Pink Pony Club also. Peyton's kind of running, she's sort of the boss around here. Mm-hmm. And she's liking Deutsche. I don't know if that's exactly how you say her name, but I'm trying.
Trying your best.
Trying my best. Deutsche, she likes Anxiety. She watches the music video of Anxiety and will tell me like what's while we're listening to it later on, she'll tell me what's happening in the music video. Like she can visualize the music video in her head.
Have you guys circled back to Private Parts yet?
Not fully. I'm taking this like step by step.
But I'm sure knowing you put a significant amount of thought in.
Totally.
How you're going to do it.
And a little bit of awareness. And
to make a PowerPoint for her.
And I thought I saw her while she was saying bye to her friends. Like there was an older boy that she talks about a lot. And I thought I saw her kiss him at daycare. And I asked the teacher, I said, do they do that? And she's like, no. Like that's a hard no. We don't do that here. You know, we tell them only to your parents, not your friends. And I'm like, okay, great. And so then in the car, I said, I'm just going to ask her because I don't know if I saw it for sure. It was a weird angle, but like I thought I saw her kiss him. And I asked her in the car if she did that. And she's like, no. Like she looked at me really funny. And I believed her. I still do. And I said, okay, I was just making sure because, you know, we only kiss our parents. Like I was trying to be consistent with daycare. Mm-hmm. And a couple of seconds later, she goes, why do we only kiss our parents? And I said, because that's something you do when you want to marry somebody later. And she goes, or because you can get them sick. And I was like,
Yeah. The fact that the biggest feminist I know gave your daughter an answer like you can't kiss you till you get married
is not really what I mean, but I'm trying to give it to her in her own language. Like, what am I going to really be literal? Like, you do that when you really like somebody, and like, what does that mean to her right now? That I'm just trying to give her like, not until you get married, but like I want to give her the vibes of like when you're ready to marry somebody, or like when you like somebody.
Because
like,
would you really honestly tell your daughter the goal in life is to get married and have a family?
But I'm trying to use her own words.
No, off the record. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The peoples are not getting married. Mm-hmm. They're not having the babies.
Okay,
They're not doing the things.
But let's talk about this. Here's. I want to just like get ahead of. I want to know what you have to think, but can I just tell you what I think?
Of course.
I think that the kids these days are like so addicted to their phones that they don't really have like the social skills. And this is a really broad statement. I think
you're broad brushing the shit out of a whole market who might like us. Who cares?
Okay, well then if they're listening,
who cares?
Then if
get off your phones and pay attention.
Then if they're listening to us, then they're the exception because they're
listening
fucking cool.
to us. We don't want you to get off your phones.
Yeah, but that's different. Listening is different than like
playing Candy Crush or.
I'm not even worried about Candy Crush. I'm worried about like constantly needing to see who posted the thing on Snapchat and who's with so and so and like the social hierarchy via the phone. Yeah. I think that's really dangerous. I really do. I've seen kids like teenagers get in a circle with their group of friends and like literally everybody, single person is on their phone, boys and girls alike. So anyways, I think that they're not having sex because they're too fucking awkward to get it on. That's what I really think. What do you think?
I guess I've never thought about it from having phones to doing each other, but I will say... Sounds like a Heather conclusion.
I mean...
that A to Z.
It's just hot take
but
here.
it is interesting if you're not comfortable in your own skin clothed.
Mm-hmm. Or even with your bestest of friends.
And your bestest of friends. Then how comfortable are you going to be when you strip it all down?
Oh, creepy, right?
You know, then I don't know. Less pregnancies, less whatever. I mean, I don't
Same
know.
here. Happy to be wrong.
Happy to be wrong.
And I know I'm making a broad brushing statement, and I'm doing that on purpose, but that's a little bit of my hypothesis.
Also, Rihanna's pregnant.
Oh, I know. Did you see the Met?
I knew you were going to like that. I knew you were going to like that.
Oh, yeah. I love watching Met stuff. Met, all of the above.
Best dress?
I don't think I know the names of the people that I liked the most. I didn't spend a lot of time on it, but I would say I did go through like
Pamela Anderson, no makeup.
Yeah, she's been doing that for a couple of years now.
I know she has, but she is
but it's not completely no makeup. It's like a different.
I think she's wearing tinted moisturizer, a ton of skincare.
Yeah,
to make her look plumpy.
Yeah,
that's called
collagen.
Yeah,
retinol.
Yeah,
antioxidants.
I use
Aveeno.
Absorbs water.
I use Aveeno foot moisturizer. Oh my gosh. I'm just kidding. I do use Youth to the People as my very favorite. It's yellow and it is the one thing that makes
really good skin.
Thank you. But I think the thing is that I don't do anything. Your job is you
have to maintain it.
Yeah,
God has blessed you.
And I feel like I'm at a turning point.
So help God out.
I'm using hyaluronic acid and apparently
that's what I meant. Hyaluronic acid, best thing you can do.
Yeah.
And a little tip from Kristen, my girlfriend Kristen Maluski. Shout out to Kristen Maluski. With your hyaluronic acid, any hyaluronic acid will do, folks. Science is science. So if it's purely to like hyaluronic acid helps keep the moisture in your skin.
Yeah.
So what Kristen taught me is really any hyaluronic acid, unless it's like a hyaluronic acid combined with vitamin A, B, C, D, E, antioxidant, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's better in terms of performance. But if it's just hyaluronic acid and the point of it
they're all created equal.
All created equal. And what she says is I use CeraVe.
Yeah.
But she has to put water in it. Water in it.
Yeah. You told me that trick.
Water soluble.
Yep.
And then leave it.
I have very dry skin.
And you should do that before you go to bed. If you do anything before you go to bed.
I can't not do it before I go to bed because I already feel dry at night. Like when I'm sitting there watching TV, I can feel my face like peeling. Like I feel so dry. When I wake up in the morning, if I'm not going to wear makeup, I put my night cream on for the day. Isn't that crazy? Like my night mask.
I feel like a trip to Sephora is in our future.
I think so too, because I also think we should buy some lipsticks.
No, I want to bring you to the spa. I need you to have $1,000.
Okay, comfort.com/stirreduppod. We need to raise $1,000.
Not that you don't. I need you to have $1,000 to allocate specifically to the spa.
So I am like $500 in the hole right now because I bought cool new lights that we're gonna hang on the ceiling, and I didn't know they didn't come with lights.
Wait till you see Wait till you see the order of sweatshirts. I ordered this for $200.
They're just the fucking shell.
Lady.
Why not? Why isn't there not a light in there?
Jessica ordered new lights with no lights, but I told her before we started recording, at least she won't have to be embarrassed when she can't figure out how to screw the fucking light bulb in.
And when the electrician was like, "Yeah, so is it a like a plug, or does it need to be wired in?" I was like, "It's a plug." How did I know? I didn't even look. There wasn't one. I just assumed. What did you say you bought?
If it comes from the Goodwill, I'm just putting it in the cart. I don't care.
What did you buy for here? What did you say?
Sweatshirts with
sweatshirts.
That from
From comfort.com/stirreduppod?
Yes. No.
Because someone did put in an order today. I was like, thank God, because we haven't been talking about it in weeks. Was it you?
Here's the problem. I've had so many people, and that's what we need to talk about. I've had so many people say, like, come shoot here, come promote here, come... How do you make something a full-time job when, one, you don't have time for it to be a full-time job?
Yeah, that is like the constraint that I constantly face when we sit down and say, like, we have so many things we could do.
What are we prioritizing? And that's my big... It's actually helped me in my real job, saying, okay, there's a million things I can do in this day. Where do we get time versus impact?
Yeah.
Here's another thing that I'm grappling with in my mind, though.
Okay.
We are not actually doing anything we wouldn't have done ever anyway. We would have had happy hour once a month, not once a week.
Right, correct.
Correct?
Yeah.
We would have still done our holidays. We'd still text.
Yeah.
We'd still, right?
Yeah.
We'd still hang out with our families.
We are trying to inject more. We are trying to inject more. With each other than what we would have been able to do.
But even our individual
lives.
Yes. It's capturing that.
Yeah.
It's not really doing anything different than we would already do.
Yeah.
How are you?
How am I?
I can tell you I can tell you have a just funk, not a terrible funk. You're not down the rabbit hole.
I told Matt I was.
You didn't get ate by a sea lamprey, but you are. I can tell you're itchy.
Oh, really? I told Matt while we were sitting out enjoying the river. Before you got here, I said I'm coming out of the era of, and this was more macro, not like this week, but like in the last 5 years.
No, you look better now.
Oh, thanks. But I said I told him a couple of things like upcoming that I wanted to do, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm so surprised! Like, like this has changed and that has changed." And I'm like, "Yeah, I was surviving, and now I'm thriving. So this is what I expect. Like this is what I need." So. Yeah, let's rock and roll.
I cannot tell you how many TikTok videos that I have sent my husband in the last 3 months that are like, if mama's happy, everyone is happy.
Yeah.
And that's a big pressure. I wish that wasn't the case. I really do. I wish I could curl up in a corner and be sad and cry, and then everyone could flourish.
Can move on. And I think
they cannot.
So here's a thing that really kind of gets me as like an adult in the modern era is that I've read some like historical perspectives of leaders of our time, like some of the founding fathers, some legacy presidents like Abraham Lincoln, biographies and like things about their lives. Almost all of them that are like worthy of doing incredible things, like geniuses and like major impacts, have gone through periods of depression. A couple of kids die, like major crazy fucking shit. Or like, I don't know, they're just having a hard time. And there will be moments in the book, it's just a one sentence thing. Spent weeks in bed. And I'm like, weeks? If I spent a day in bed, I can't imagine how far of a setback that would be. And these were world leaders. They're like founding fathers. They were inventors of light bulbs, and they spent weeks or months in bed. And I'm like, it's okay to...
You little fucking baby quitters.
And the other perspective is like...
I went back to college a week after I birthed a human.
Yeah.
1 week. Still wearing diapers at 23, went to college and went back to the fucking bar. Life choices. I get it.
Every single miscarriage I had like a thing I had to do the same day.
Same fucking day. And these motherfuckers are asleep.
I was having surgery for an ectopic pregnancy, and I'm like, can I pick up my kids though still? Like, are we going to make it?
Hold on, we're supposed to go to a conference on Thursday. Can I still get on the airplane?
And like, these boys got to sleep in bed for weeks. So, you know what? And it's not like a boy-girl thing. It's just a difference in the times, too, because I also feel like if a man today were to stay in bed for weeks at a time,
I would kill Mike Smith.
Yeah, he'd die.
I would cut a hole in the fucking floor and let that fucker sink right to the basement. But I mean, and I'm not, again, to your point, it's not acceptable for anybody to be in fucking bed that long. But especially myself.
My real point is a day is okay. A couple of days is okay. Weeks, maybe not anymore. Like, I don't know if that's justifiable.
I did do weeks when I was depressed and I couldn't get out of there.
I know, but that's like that's a signal. That's like a real.
But I was not the president of the United States when that happened. And I didn't even have a job.
Right. So, and if somebody's spending weeks in bed and like, then it is a signal they need help. And I think these presidents of the United States, and maybe they weren't presidents at the time, but they were doing big things. They needed help too. So point being,
I think when your brain never shuts off, sometimes your body tells you, I'm going to make you crazy for like 3 weeks so I can get you ironed out again. You can put a significant amount of energy and brain power. And then a lot of people just go, I do that. I can work 100 hours. Yeah. No problem. Mm-hmm. And want to work more. Mm-hmm. And the minute I like set it down, I feel like almost hit by a bus. It's weird. Okay, so I want you to listen to this today because this is very funny.
Okay.
Gym, and this dumb is like, oh, are you going to come to my Cinco de Mayo party? I'm literally watching you on the treadmill, cheering while immigrants are being, yanked out of their cars. Yeah, they're bashing out their windshields, and how many times has this happened when they're like, this is not Antonio, this is not, the wife is crying, ICE is bashing out the windshields, and the wife is like, it's not Antonio.
It's not Antonio.
It's not him. You're just bashing out the windows because this man is brown, right in front of his children, dragging them out of their cars, and this bitch is on the treadmill, like cheering this on. Oh, this is, it's about time we got down to business. And she's throwing a Cinco de Mayo party? Fuck you, Susan. I'm not going to your Cinco de Mayo party.
Hold on, let me see it. Bring it back, because we had to save it.
Susan.
So I can add it to the...
Freaking...
That is funny.
Fuck you, Susan. I'm not going to your Cinco de Mayo party. This is not going to be a popular thing to say.
Okay. Hit me.
I will tell you something. My girlfriend lives in Houston, Texas. Mm-hmm. I will 100% get the first name of her Christmas light. I'm just going to give you one tactical example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's been putting up Christy's Christmas.
You did already save it.
I did.
Okay, sorry.
Save and upload. That's what I try to do when I see him.
Okay, good.
To the startup shared.
Oh, yeah. You already added it?
I might have. I had a bunch of stuff the other night. I'll double check. I always go through it like.
All right, I am listening.
Okay.
Now.
So I paid $2,500 fucking dollars, embarrassingly enough, for Shine to put Christmas lights on my house.
You like Christmas.
I love Christmas. I'm born in December. I grew up in the woods. All I ever wanted was the most gorgeous, right?
I know.
Miss Christie in Houston, where Antonio put up her lights, cost $325. So again,
crazy.
$375 for Christie's lights to get hung on her $1 million house in Houston.
Uh-huh.
And my lights getting cost $2,500 to get attached.
A quarter of the cost of the house.
$1 million house. We got a camper and a fire truck out front. But we got lights.
Not even joking.
The last thing I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
So you're feeling better. You're coming out of a darkness?
Oh, okay. To finish that thought. No, I mean, from a macro level, like, I think the early years of kids are, I would, like, people that know me, I've explained it, and I'll just say it. Like, I feel bad if my kids one day come back to hear it, but a little bit, I guess. But, like, I think the baby ages, for someone like me, and I know this is not true for everybody, but, like, to me, the baby ages are
very
a darkness.
ungratifying.
Yeah, I think for me, it's a darkness. Like, I totally feel like it's a depressing time to be alive. So fucking sucks. But I'm coming out of it. Like I feel better, like macro level. Like this week or like in the past couple of weeks, I have some things at work that are like weighing me down a little bit, but I have some opportunity that I am excited about. So I'm like navigating a little bit of just like the day to day of what do I get to look forward to today. And because I think that's like a form of gratefulness. Like I think it's important to like really think about what you're grateful for. And sometimes for me, I spent an hour just sitting, like working outside, not working very hard, but like working and just sitting, and I'm watching chickens and I'm watching things float down the river and I'm watching people go fishing. And for that, and I went
new
running.
birth. Spring is new birth.
Yeah. And I went running with Ricky. So like I have like things that I'm grateful for today, but not every day is like that. And even when we get the time that we had like yesterday with Marcy, sometimes it's like
you feel rushed and
it's a lot. It's a lot to do it, and then in the moment, I try to be present and like still really enjoy it. And I did. I laughed a lot, and I felt really good about it, and was really happy to see Marcy because I haven't seen her in a while. So all of those things are like recently making me feel good. But I will say that like sometimes in the last I think I'm having a period of time where I'm just like
the last month I've noticed a little bit because
totally.
I know you well.
Yeah. Where I'm like,
and you never want to make anybody feel uncomfortable or whatever, so you like just fucking white knuckle.
I don't even want myself to feel uncomfortable.
I know you don't.
We're like, we don't want to have the sad feelings.
Can I give you one observation?
Yeah.
You went hard from basically having every minute in your day scheduled to going really hard of like, you really spent a lot of time on the homestead.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the phase of life you're in.
Yeah.
And maybe now that it's sunny, that's okay for you. This is where you don't leave.
Right.
But in the winter,
then
perhaps we think about diversifying
and like, but where the fuck to go? But
well, you're also working from home, so I think we need to make more effort to like we come out to the studio or we go to Live Oak or we get your ass. I cannot in the winter. Do you know what I mean? Like I could spend every single fucking day right here if it looked like this.
Yeah. And even in the winter, it is like fun and gorgeous. Like this
desolate,
spot
though.
here. It is.
Desolate.
It does. And it feels desolate. I totally hear you.
It feels desolate in the middle of the city, you know? That's why I have $2,500 worth of Christmas lights. Because at least I'm bringing joy to it should be a tax write-off. If you're bringing that much light in the middle of darkness.
Do you feel like you have to compete with your neighbors on Christmas lights and decorations and stuff?
No, because to the left of me is Miss Kelly, and we're just happy to live next to each other.
I know, but like, do they go big? It's not about the people; it's about what they do.
No, I don't. I feel like
you got some people down the road. I'm like, you got summer lights.
Bitch, I'm the Joneses.
Might be true.
I'm the Goodwill version. I'm the Lee Tucky version.
But that's why she spent $2,500 on Christmas lights, because I
also plant my own flowers and mow my own grass.
Just paid $1 for that dress.
I did. So, in my neighborhood, I'm not looking. Honest to God, not looking to outshine anybody. Like, we all live here together in this community. So when I see other neighbors put flowers in or put grass or get lights or even anything that's cooler than mine, I do not feel like I need to keep up with the Joneses.
Okay,
I feel happy that they're in my hood and their shit looks cute too.
Yeah.
Like, I do not have any.
Yeah, I like that.
We actually, we spend a lot of time talking about what we treat it as one yard.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
Yeah, that's community.
Right? Like, Kelly and I, we have a plan for what we're planting. Arlen, like we all have we meet at the back of the gate. Like, it's something that depression is very easy for me too. And I do like this. And this is part of who I am. And maybe someday if my compound's big enough and I can have human life that comes and stays with me, something like this would be where I would never leave from. But I need energy.
But then when you don't leave, and then like the people aren't coming for whatever
reason. I don't have any energy, right? Like,
it's Kelly, cold.
When I finally met my neighbors, it kind of kept me going a little bit in the winter. Like, oh, Kelly's out there right? Like, Arla's they're playing with their dog. Like, it just kind of like, so again, it stirred up. If I could live half my life with the people, and the other half with like my people and my people coming to me, that would be my perfect life.
We are shopping around for Northern Michigan property. I feel like I should just announce this because, like, shout
out to Jessica.
No, well, like, if there's any unlisted.
How northern?
Specifically Mullet Lake or Burt Lake, but I'd actually rather be on Mullet Lake, Indian River, Burt Lake.
That's colder on Mullet Lake though?
Yeah, they're all fucking cold.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you will. You will.
I'll sit on your fancy ass fucking boat and I'll get drunk and then jump off, but I ain't doing any water activities in that cold ass shit.
I don't do water activities anyways. I'm tired. It scares me. It actually scares me.
I cannot.
I think I have trauma from tubing as a child.
Listen, my first bout of anxiety in my life came from tubing on the back of my fucking parents' jerry-rigged boat with 2 spark plugs coming together with the gas smoke blowing in my face with 18 people in the boat telling you to hold on while you're being waterlogged and you think the competition is don't fall, drowned before you fall off. That was the competition in my family. Drowned before you fall. You don't abort shit.
And to me, I'm better off just letting go. Just fall. I get too scared, just fall. Just let go. Just go in the water. But then you got traffic. You gotta save yourself. I don't know. I think it's stressful.
I have to be 22 sheets to the wind to watch my children do water activities. I do not know why.
Me too.
Know why.
I don't even.
And I love the water the most.
I don't even like my child swinging on the swing set. I think it's scary. I don't think I could tolerate them too big. Oh my God.
You have to be fucked up. I'm telling you, you have to be fucked up or just don't go. And I live with Mr. Safety. You know, and we don't get on boats. Like I've been on 2 boats that my father and my husband haven't driven in my whole life either. I was paying you for a charter.
I'm one of them.
Or I got on Matt's boat or Josh Mudd's boat. Shout out to Josh Mudd and Amy Mudd and shout out to Maddie. I don't just get on people's boats. That shit's dangerous. And I know how Maddie looks at the weather.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't fuck around. You're never going to be
unsafe. You're going to get hammered and...
with Matt, you're never going to be unsafe.
You want to get hammered and drive the John Deere lawnmower up and down the grass? All the power to you.
Even with water.
Right. You'll be fine.
There's no breaks. There's no breaks though. Oh, did he tell you? He told you about that story, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
What did he tell you?
I don't really remember.
I'll make it quick.
Please.
So
don't remind me.
So at our old house, we didn't have any water. We just lived by a cornfield or whatever. We do. It was great. Love the house. A decent amount of yard, but nothing crazy. I don't know, 2 acres, 3 acres. And my first decent bonus without student loans, but after I paid off my student loans.
On. How did you have student loans when you were the salutatorian of your fucking class? Were you the valedictorian, salutatorian?
I paid for my own college. I didn't have a lot of student loans. I went on a study abroad, so that was a little bit expensive. And I asked my grandpa for a loan, and he charged me the market rate for an interest rate. Can you believe that?
Oh, yeah, I know that. Fuck you.
But
same shit happened in my family. It's just how it was.
I had a really great, I chose my school for my scholarship, but I had a really great school.
Also,
really
don't
great
tell me putting fuck you for your papa on the internet.
No, he's dead. It's
Shout
fine.
out to papa.
It's fine.
Thanks for the interest rate. Glad you could take it with you.
He forgave my last payment. I was like, I think I have one more. And he goes, I think we're good. And I was like, $170. I'm like, fucking right.
Hell yeah, papa.
Yeah, it was Papa Gary. Anyways, so I did have I don't want to say $10,000 of student loans. So it wasn't a lot. I chose my school for the scholarship that I got. I had almost a full ride, but not completely. So I did good. I had nothing to complain about, but I took it seriously. I wasn't lagging $10,000 for 20 years or something.
This is not happening.
It was the first loan I was paying off. So anyways, early, it was the first couple of years we owned that house, first couple of years of being married, I didn't even know you, we didn't work together. It was early enough. A decent bonus. And we went straight to a brand new lawnmower from Ted's Home and Garden.
Shout out to Ted.
Right? Home and Lawn. Ted's Home and Lawn. Shout out to Ted.
Shout out to Ted.
Anyways, we've had that lawnmower ever since. And I mowed the lawn. I was expected to mow the lawn at my house growing up. It was 20 acres, not a zero turn, a regular turn, steering wheel. Mm-hmm. There's a brake over here.
We didn't mow our shit. We just let it fucking grow.
Oh, my dad wanted nice lawn. He still is particular about his lawn, but when you have 20 acres, you can only do so much. So we had to mow the field and he mowed the house, and there was some control over how the lawn looked, whatever. So I knew how to mow the lawn. I was doing it since I was 12, 13, 14, 15.
My dad used to go, take your flip-flops off and put some tennis shoes on so you're safe.
Right. Yep.
No
Same.
ear protection, no eye protection. Your shoes
100%.
probably had holes in them.
Yeah, and I would like put on the skippiest clothes so I could get a tan.
That's right.
Maybe a bathing suit.
Shrapnel fucking smacking your ass in the face.
Didn't matter.
My first stretch mark came from shrapnel from a lawnmower.
So anyways, I knew how to mow a fucking lawn, right? So
Mow a fucking lawn.
bought the zero turn, but it was Matt's favorite thing. So I told you I was going to keep this short, but I'm not. So Matt's favorite thing, I think, whatever, he loved it. He mowed the lawn mostly, and occasionally I did, but there's no hills. Flat. And I never really thought about the breaks.
Oh yeah, I remember this story.
Yeah. So we get to this house, which is like a whole different story of how we got to this house. We'll save it for the sake of time, but like it'll be a time we discuss it on the podcast because it needs to be on the record that I've never let him forget it. That I found this house, like fucking crazy ass me. Like I'm going to hold him to it. So anyways, we find this house, we buy this house, and it's the same lawnmower until a couple of weeks ago. It was on the podcast, Matt getting a new lawnmower, whatever. Ted's home lawn, same, like went back. Loyalist.
One place to go.
Loyalist.
We're fucking loyalists.
And it's not like it's a lot of hills. Would you say we have hills here? Not really.
When you say we're not from Kentucky, you live in a hilly area for a valley. Like we live in a valley. Midland's a valley.
And we have a pond in the front yard and the river in the backyard.
You go on a peninsula. You're surrounded by
and
water.
we do have some hills. Yeah, and we got some hills like around the water. Matt, at the time that we bought this house, no kids. I was traveling a lot. Matt was traveling so much. Like he was home like 2 days for every 14 days. Like it was so much travel. And he could not do the things that needed to be done around here. So I was like doing it. And then when he was like, that was all he was doing when he was home. And that's a lot. It's just too much. So I was like, yeah, I'll mow the lawn. Obviously. No big deal. I've done this my whole life. And he's like, just don't put it in the pond. And I was so fucking offended.
Fuck you, Maddie. We know how to drive a lawnmower.
That's what I said. I know.
Holy shit.
I was so offended. And this is just via text message, right? Like this wasn't in person.
Mike Smith didn't let me fertilize my own lawn. I can feel that.
This is just via text message because he wasn't even home. So I said, I know how to drive a fucking lawnmower. Thank you very much. First time out at the new house, I take the zero turn. I'm like cruising right along. Like I do it in half the time it takes him, you know. And I'm getting close to the pond, and I'm going down the hill, and I need to make a left turn, and I'm like sliding, and I'm looking, and I realize I don't have any brakes. So I'm like sliding. It was a little wet out, like the grass. No, it wasn't the grass was wet. It was like underneath, right? Like I had already. Yeah, the soil. I like already had skidded so much with the tires trying to turn because when I'm turning, one tire is going back and one tire is going forward. So I'm already like spinning. There's no brakes on a zero turn.
Nope.
And
just let off the gas. That's it.
No, I didn't.
All we got. Just let go.
I just did like a 180 and then I'm rolling into the pond. And in all of that split of a second, I said to myself,
it was what Maddie was talking about.
It was a split second. I was like, oh, this is what Maddie was talking about. Okay, he was right. That should not be on the record, but it was. It is.
Maddie, you were right.
And I was like, am I going to tell him to? Like, am I going to admit this? Is my brother, my dad going to save me? Like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to solve this?
I'd be 100% calling my dad.
And I was like, you know what? We have a tractor. I think we had the tractor at the time. I was like, I know how to get this out with the tractor. And then I was like, I'm going to ruin the lawn. And then all of a sudden, so I just took like a deep breath and I was like, maybe I can just drive out. Like, why can't I just drive out? So I just took a deep breath. And I think somehow maybe the mower turned off or I turned it off. Like, you need to save energy.
Jesus took the wheel.
You need to save energy.
That's what us Catholics say.
And the hill coming up where I needed to go was really steep.
Christians.
Just like it was in Italy. And I like pushed the whole thing and we went up the hill and we got out of there and I was like, oh, I'm turning this off and I'm never mowing again. And I don't think I have. I don't know if I've mowed.
Really?
I think I mowed a couple times.
My dad's put his lawnmowers in the
Or
pond, his livestock trailers. I mean, we've had a lot of things either roll into the pond or be driven by accident. So, anyway.
Is there anything else in the spill that you have for us?
I got 40 more things. We'll save
No,
it for next week.
we gotta save it. We gotta talk about
Business.
we gotta talk about business.
Tell me about Skims.
I would love to tell you about Skims. What is your? I always love to start this as a like, where do we stand? So where are you on Skims?
Love.
Like,
Couldn't convince me they suck if I
really? Okay. All right. And what have you like worn, used? Give me some consumer reports here.
My very first Skims experience was from you. There were a pair of sweatpants that didn't fit you anymore when you were pregnant, and you let me borrow them, and then I tried to give them back, and you said, they don't fit me, you can have them.
My memory was like, you loved them and you kept them.
Just because they barely fit me now, and I'm 130.
They definitely don't fit me now. I think you were like, yeah, they don't fit. They're good. They fit me good.
Okay, you know what's really funny?
What?
Mike goes, didn't you just take them because you liked them?
Yeah, like that was my impression too.
But I do remember you saying, like, I gotta get you your sweatpants back, and you said, oh, don't worry, they won't fit it anymore.
I don't remember being that kind, but maybe. The truth is, they don't fit me if they
don't fit me either.
Shut up. What else did you buy?
I have a sucker inner I got from Nordstrom's.
A sucker inner, like compression.
Yeah,
shapewear. Shapewear.
Yeah, it's my sister-in-law Tay gave me one like 10 years ago. It's a shapewear that sucks in your gut, but it's a thong.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
Big fan of that.
Okay.
Especially for anything.
And like, talk to me when you wear those. Do you wear them like
I do
regular?
think Skims for anything. Like, listen, you have a bodysuit on right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Compression. And I'm not wearing a Skims bodysuit, but I
fucking matter.
I do have
It's Skims
a
and Spanx.
bodysuit.
It's Skims and Spanx. So I'm really interested.
We're gonna talk about that.
Skims and Spanx. I got a lot of time for both of them. The founder of Spanx is like, she's a queen. Mm-hmm. Queen.
Yep.
So I like the material. Mm-hmm. I like it.
You're just happy. Okay. Very good.
I'm generally never happy when we start this. So like the fact that I'm pleased. Tell me why I should be not happy.
Kim Kardashian started Skims in 2019 with, do you remember when the very first episode, maybe not all of our listeners, because we've grown, not all of our listeners, but it is one of our most popular and most listened to
And Marcy
episodes.
said that we got to loop to we have to tie back to our old episodes.
Yep. So we talked, in the very first episode, we did Levi's versus Good Americans.
Knowing that Good American is part Khloe Kardashian and Skims is Kim Kardashian.
And Khloe Kardashian was met by, outreached to by Emma Greed, her husband. I'm going to say his name is Hans. Jens. Would you say that's Hans? Jens?
Jean.
Hans.
Jean Paul.
They come from like Europe.
Yeah, Jean.
Yeah, Jean's. Whatever.
Jean.
All right. Help me with all. I didn't do like I didn't have it in me this week to do like a lot of audio. So nonetheless, Emma started Good American with Khloe and did like a very specific outreach to the Kardashians and said, Khloe, I think this is like the thing we should do together. And Khloe was like, yeah. And they started a denim company. Kim, meanwhile, is doing like what Kim does. She goes to all of these events. She wears shapewear. She's cutting shapewear to like Spanx. I don't know. I've never heard.
Her team is literally taking fabric and making it art on her body.
Yes.
Facts.
Okay. That's the way to describe it.
I'm a big fan of that.
So
like if you came to my house, you wanted me to make you a dress and you wanted to stand there naked, I could make you like, yes.
That's what's happening.
Gorge.
To her every single week. Like
day.
at a day.
Custom
week.
fit.
Yes. At a rate that is outpaced anybody. Like it's just at an insane rate, right? Meanwhile, she's extremely curvy. She has a different skin tone. Like things are going on. She has her
36, 24, 36. Only if you're 5'3".
Nelly, right? Nelly.
Sir Mix-a-Lot, bitch.
Oh, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
I got big buns and I did not lie. These other others can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty-bitty waist and a round thing in her face, you get sprung. When I pull up tight,
I know that got the stuff. Deep in the jeans she's wearing. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh, baby, I want to get with ya and take your picture. The homeboys tried to warn me, but that butt you got taking me so horny. Ooh, rumble smooth things. And say you want to get in my band? Well, use me, but you ain't the average groupie. I see you dancing. I say romance, sweat, she's wet. Want to pull them.
Got it going like a turbo jet.
I'm tired of magazines saying efforts are the thing. Take an average black man, you ask him that.
Take an average black man, you ask him that. He says.
Take an average man, you ask him that. This is really good for being.
I also know. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly, flows like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow to the extreme. Wreck like a vandal. Try to light up the stage and recollect Trump like a candle. Dance. So she decided, like, I have the privilege in the world to have every day have people have. Okay. Shut it down.
No, that's not what she said. She did not.
She doesn't give a shit. That bitch wanted to make money.
Yes, she did not say I have the privilege. She didn't give a fuck. She was pissed that she had to. I don't know. She's pissed. So the like turning point situation for years, her people were like cutting shapewear, probably Spanx, frankly, cutting shapewear. And then having to dye them with tea bags because they didn't match her skin tone.
That's a cute story. Do you believe that?
I do believe that. I've heard it a lot in the research. And I believe it to be true. I've heard it from a number of people.
So smart. I have a lot of time for that.
And the one like moment was for a particular event, and I don't even remember.
Can I tell you something on God? One time in my life, I was trying to dye something the color that I wanted it, and I put it in the bathtub with tea bags. On God.
So
because it kept showing, I'm not Kim Kardashian, but I'm also not.
Yeah. Well, to the same.
It showed out. Like when I was a kid, it was so embarrassing. I was trying to have fake boobs.
Yeah.
I didn't really have real ones, and all they had was super white pads.
I was just going to say, when you wear a white bra under, like even the whitest person, me, like when you wear a white bra under a white shirt, it's white.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So that's
a lot of empathy for the women who really had to try to color match.
So that's what she was going with, was like, this was just still way too light. The shapewear that she was wearing that they had already cut. She was leading up to an event, and like, I don't know if her try-on, you know, she'll do try-on, but she like
fittings,
yeah, she'll do fittings, but then she gets spray tans, or she goes on vacation, or like all of the things. And she was, as they put it on, they were like, this is way too light. So they had to put it in the bathtub of the hotel that they were at. All of her stylists and the people, her whole team, with tea bags. They went and got tea bags from like the lobby. I don't even remember, and she wore it wet at the event. So she's like,
I remember that.
Yeah. So you believe it?
I believe it. She'll do anything for fashion.
She will.
And I have a lot of time for that because...
No, I mean, I can't handle it because I couldn't imagine. But I appreciate that you do, and I appreciate that she does, you know?
I will do anything for fashion for 4 minutes, and then I want it to be soft. And then I'll do anything for fashion as long as it doesn't give me a sensory overload. I could wear a meat dress for a minute, like Gaga.
Yeah, and I think she's doing it for a night.
And then I want to put on the terry cloth, and I want to wear only things that feel soft on the cookie.
And perhaps that is part of the expansion of Skims. We don't really know. I will be a spoiler alert. So nonetheless, that was 2019. That was the turning point. That was the moment where she was like, I've known this to be a problem that I've had, but I'm going to solve this problem for the people. 2019, she launched Skims with Emma Greed's husband, Hans. Nonetheless.
Jean.
Okay, whatever.
Hans would be an H. J is a H.
Yeah, but jalapeno. Okay.
Yes, exactly what you said.
At the same time, I want you to picture this. It's 2019. Spanx has, at that time, privately held, estimates place estimates have Spanx placement at $1 billion of value. The company, founded by Sarah Blakely in 2000.
Shout out to Sarah Blakely, you're a boss.
She was a boss. She started Spanx with like $5,000 in her bank account and lying her way to the top. Like, that's a whole nother worthy. It's a whole nother worthy episode.
She's baller.
Mind you, she was successful, right? Like, she was $1 billion valuation at this time.
That lady's got a store at the Detroit airport and the Delta terminal, which I would argue is the best Delta terminal in the entire fucking world.
And here Kim Kardashian is, where she says, it's already been invented, but I'm going to do it a little bit better.
But what did we learn?
And how many times have we said this? That somebody comes and says, there's something really strong here.
That's invention.
But I'm going to...
Building off the founders before you.
I'm going to just tweak it. And you know what she does? Only a couple of years later, so now 6 years since the 2019 introduction, she's valued at $4 billion.
Oy.
She's making almost $1 billion a year, about $750 million a year, like pure revenue. But the valuation of Skims is about $4 billion. They're looking at an IPO this year. We might see them doing an IPO. If they do,
what will happen between Skims and Spanx? Do you have a hypothesis?
Are
we fighting? Are we friends? Does she have a lot of respect for Sarah?
They're peer competitors.
Oy.
And I think Skims went like
certified freak.
Yes, 7 days a week, quick, like hard. Spanx launched so Skims could fire.
No disrespect.
And no disrespect.
You invented jazz, so now we got to prop it up to the person who made it
the hot take, or like I don't know, like the big summary to me between Skims and Spanx.
Was it only the color of the Spanx, or was it also the versatility of like Sarah Blakely's a tall, white, 5'9", 5'7" woman,
and she was serving a businesswoman, right?
So Kim said,
I'm serving a sexy woman.
I'm serving any woman.
Quite frankly, I'm serving any woman.
And any woman can be sexy. And I believe she was part of the movement, which would make me cry someday if I could see her. She is perfect, and she does look like a doll. Mm-hmm. But I believe she made every woman's body at least sexy.
100%.
So much sexier
she made that possible.
And
she's not even a part of. To me, she's not even a part of. But
she must have felt. She grew up in the '90s too. But she grew up in the '90s where
big boobs and a fat ass wasn't okay unless you were
BB. 95. Yeah, right. Unless you were BBL, and probably still not okay. Mm-hmm. I don't know. All I know is like Christina Ricci is when I was 15 years old. Mm-hmm. I was 92 pounds and thought I was fat.
And I look back at all my all of the picture. The
good news is
my peak of running.
When you were 18, you were probably 130, and I was 98. Now I'm 130 at 40. You're clearly not.
Thank you.
Time out.
I'll take it.
It's fine.
I'm like a happy 200. I'm good.
I've been 170 before. All I'm saying, in about 40 years, it just repeats itself.
I know.
When you were in high school, you were what I wanted to look like, was my point, even though I didn't articulate it well. I was skinny, like a little girl. You, my sister-in-law, Jen.
And I always wanted to look like you.
You were a woman.
I wanted to look like you.
That's what I mean. It was always.
And I think maybe Kim probably had those same things. We never know. What was not a part of
Everyone has insecurities. It doesn't matter if you're 10 out of 10. And looks are 10 out of 10 in personality.
And maybe how you become a billionaire is not by becoming somebody that you're not. It's about monopolizing
who you are.
How profiting from who you are. Amen, bitches. So,
you're going to put on the internet that I said you're clearly aren't 330.
I mean, if you're okay with it, I am. I don't give a shit.
I'm clearly not 98 either.
We just talked about our pussies, Heather.
I know, but
I don't care. We'll edit it and we'll see what we feel like.
If anybody thinks I'm shaming my bestie,
then it's their problem, not ours.
Clearly not one.
The only thing that matters is I don't feel shamed. I'm not upset.
Thank you, because you're my favorite. Literally.
I know. If I was upset, you would see.
I know when you're upset. I can feel it. You make me better.
But it takes a lot.
You make me better. Because it does take a lot. So if you're upset, I pay attention.
Not worried. She had her founding moment. She had her realization. She decided that moment when she was wearing wet, cut, and dyed.
Her vagina was drippy. The tea bag was fallen.
And while she was at like
her spray tans,
who knows what event, but like
that's upsetting.
Yeah, it is upsetting. Do you want to be damp while you are facing like? Also,
nobody wants to be moist unless you want to be moist.
And you can say what you want about Kim Kardashian, but she has done nothing but level up all the time. So she is probably always in situations where she's a little bit uncomfortable. She's feeling a little bit outside her comfort zone.
I got a lot of time for that.
Yeah, me too. Like, again, say what you want. I don't care. Like, fine. But I respect the hell out of her hustle. And she's always hustling.
Get your ass up and go to work, she said. And everyone, the internet got so pissed.
So she decided in 2019, that's the launch of Skims. It is a shapewear company at that time. Today, it is a $750 million in revenue company. So just as a recall, what was
$4 billion in valuation?
$4 billion in valuation, but what was comfort? In only 2 years.
2. 4. Same.
Is a couple million in revenue. Mm-hmm. And we don't know valuation, but Skims is shopping around. So I think we should be
as a product manager.
Investors.
When you think about product, place, price, promotion, and how the fundamentals of marketing were set up. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, do you think it should be product at the epicenter?
Yes.
Place, price, promotion.
Yes.
Because
I think product is
I never thought about that before. And it was always like an equal thing. But if you don't have anything to sell, what the fuck are you selling? But at the same time, the place feeds the market and the culture, which feeds the strategy, which feeds what you innovate. But like very interesting. Like I've always thought the product managers were like, oh, the product's already invented, so you're the product manager. Mm-hmm. And now what I'm hearing from you is like,
it's the center of the whole strategy.
Not the customer.
The customer is only just the problem to solve for. That the product solves for. It is the solution. Spanx has been doing it for 19 years, by the way. Has become a $1 billion company. And then Kim Kardashian says, I can do it a little bit better.
I love this. So much drama. And then what?
And then meet 2025. Mm-hmm. Skims is now worth $4 billion. $750 million.
Basically 4 times what Spanx is.
Spanx never made it to the almost $1 billion revenue. In 5 years, Kim Kardashian has done what Spanx took 19 years to do.
Because she built the bricks. It's very easy to build on a plot of land that's already been mowed.
That is what I want to like also evaluate.
You have to give credit where credit's fucking due.
Yeah.
Both women are bosses.
Mm-hmm. So,
and then also she saw value in Spanx because she called it Skims. So
what she started with was kimono. Do you know this controversy?
Kimono was part of her name.
So Kim started Skims as kimono.
With who?
Just
her.
Like the whole.
Hold on. But she was
whole same structure.
Her husband was part of Run DMC.
So
Alexa,
she never. Don't Alexa it. I did this research. What do you want to know? Ask me.
Did Skims do? Did Kim collaborate with Kimora Lee Simmons for the very first shapewear?
No.
Oh, that's what I want to ask Alexa. Kimora Lee Simmons.
At least wasn't no. Like that's not how it started. It was a Kim play on Kim to be a kimono. It had nothing to do with like any the way that
Kimora Lee Simmons, who was her friend.
Yeah. So she started.
That's what I'm asking. I thought, was Kimora a stake in it?
No.
Really?
Never. Like that was never a part of it.
Love that.
It was Kim's brand that she then shared with CEO greedy, like the Greed family. Hans, Johns,
Wands,
Emma,
Cons,
the business people.
Emma's, Seraphinas, and stuff.
Kimono.
I was
was just
planning
like
for
a play on her name. And
appearance.
The people of Japan were like, I'm offended that you would even do this. And the mayor of one of the larger cities in Japan wrote her an open letter and said, and it's been featured on their show on TV. I think it was still before it was Hulu. I think it was on E. She described how she had to take into consideration and then the thought process of how her team came together and adjusted from kimono to Skims. And I actually think that kimono would have been like a really terrible name.
So fucking basic. And not basic, but like, it's like the Cinco de Mayo. Like, if
you're using
kimono
something
is
that's
sacred.
not yours.
It's cultural. Like, it only, like, I have a lot of respect for a sari or a kimono or like the cultural, like, you're going to call your brand that, like, or pop off at Five Below.
Totally.
You're using somebody else to profit versus having your own original idea. Do you know what I'm saying, though? Like,
and
not that I don't disrespect kimono. I have a lot of time for it. I want to buy it.
But they mean different things. 100%. And she already can show that she can come up with a completely new brand, a new name.
Skims is smart.
I think it's perfect. I actually
also,
think it was like a good problem to
brand
have.
logo looks a little bit between Nickelodeon slime for me and stock art, which I think is also brilliant.
Me too. I am sometimes shocked that it's so silly looking.
Silly.
But
so are bodies.
It does.
We're silly.
It does what it needs to do because you need
paint moves. It looks like it moves.
Okay,
smart.
So I want you to know, Skims is because they're shopping IPO. Like they will become a publicly traded company. I would bet. Like it's already like the people who know things already know that it's been shopped. So I just think it's going to happen. So there's stuff that's been put out into the world about
Does she own
their
all of it?
profits.
100%.
No, she's had investors. They've done an A, B, and C round investment to get to where they are. I'm surprised by that. She's super rich. There's no reason she can't.
She diversified her portfolio. She's going to put all of the Kim Kardashian brand in Skims.
She's folding it all in. So
she's folding it all in.
She closed down her beauty brand, and it's becoming a Skims brand. It's becoming KKW is becoming a part of Skims. So it was going to be a conclusion of the next
Kim Kardashian
step.
West. That makes sense because she's no longer Kim Kardashian or West.
Yeah,
she's back to Kim Kardashian.
But I don't think she needs to diversify her brand. She's not a diversified person. She is a single brand with. So we'll talk about the product lines too. Like we should just touch on that.
I think she's absolutely a diversified person.
Okay.
She's a rich immigrant's kid from LA.
Okay,
who married a dude for the third time from the south side of Chicago. Who has
as a person,
mixed babies.
But if I'm thinking about a brand, I guess. I said the wrong thing. She's a diversified person. Fair. What she can do from a brand perspective with who she is as a person, I want to talk about what she can do from a product line, but I don't think she can be like clothing and then she's doing makeup and she's blending that in. Like, I think she has constraints to what, and that might be a hot take. Like, everything that she does is she breaks molds. So
and she
fine.
Evolves. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. But
hot take, prove us wrong. We'd love for you to prove us wrong. We're not haters.
Yeah. But I do have
level up.
Yeah. And
she's always leveled up though.
And I'm here to celebrate that.
Okay.
But I will give I think what you know, and we've heard on the podcast a little bit, is like my distaste for celebrities just going and like putting their name on something that's really somebody else's. And I think a little bit of good American is that. And I really think that like...
But that's mutual value for Chloe and Emma. Without Chloe, could have Emma let her creative abilities come?
No, but I think
I'm funny, you're funny. I have creative ideas. You know how to edit. If it wasn't for Jessica, would Heather exist?
That's a brand ambassador, not like, this is my company. And I really think that Kim with Skims is like this is my company.
Okay.
I really do think that. Like,
All right.
that's why I want to make that distinction, is that
Understand.
Emma came to Chloe with an idea. Not Chloe came shopping for some investors.
Kim had the idea.
Kim had a problem.
She had a problem to solve. Mad
And
props.
that's big. Like,
big.
that is important. That's a CEO stuff. Like,
Yeah.
that's a business leader stuff. Like, that's an inventor stuff. So she invented it. Like, I will give her all the props. High water marks. They are anywhere between 50 and 60% margin.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Where's it made?
High
Where's it
value.
made?
Turkey, China, India, Vietnam. Mostly Turkey.
Where's Spanx made? Do we know?
No,
But
I didn't.
was it
I didn't
Tur-
look it up.
What is the business practices in Turkey? Enlighten me.
So
Make me feel dumb.
I didn't go too deep. The thing that we know about Turkey in Good American is that Good American was almost exclusively manufactured through a high quality Turkish employer. We know, like, in general, Turkey's not like slave labor. Like, that's not like a problematic choice.
Yeah, generally facts.
And since I didn't go deep, but like, since she's going through the same like family of business partners, and Turkey is a big part of it, like, I just assume it's similar business partners. I think that they are respectable. If we want to talk about what we know about ethically sourced materials, I think they do what they need to do to be California greenwashing. I don't think they give a shit. They get criticized for having like nylon products in California.
What's the problem with nylon?
That it's a plastic and that it persists into the environment. But let me tell you,
biodegrade the way it's supposed to. Yeah.
but let me tell you, you can't have a product as high quality
Without nylon.
without having.
It's a trade-off. Always
Yes.
a trade-off.
It
That's
is a
what Amy
trade-off.
taught us.
Yes.
Do the best you can with what you know.
Yes. So they don't have, to any degree that I can see, any sort of take back, but I wouldn't want take back underwear. Like, I don't know. Like, I just think that it's a business model that can't be perfect.
Yeah.
So they do get hate because Kim Kardashian comes with hate. I think she tolerates it well. Their biggest controversy was the kimono brand, and then they changed their brand. So that was a listen, learn, and modify, and I respect it for it. I think it was
Kim
the right
in
thing.
kimono's cute, but like you're culturally insensitive.
Correct. Every other controversy after that I can find is like environmental, but I think that they're making a way bigger deal out of anything else. So one of the other ones that I do want to give you color is the, did you see the, that she made like a bra, was a push-up bra, big bra with hard nipples.
Yeah. Hard ass nipples. I want to hear what, because the hard nipples are in. If you have a soft nipple.
What she did was make it, the campaign was that she was a climate scientist and that the temperature was getting cold, but, or like, I don't know what the temperature was, but your nipples
I'm
are
gonna
always
cancel
cold.
you now, bitch.
Your tits are always cold. Maybe it's always hot.
Listen,
I can't
in the
remember
words
what
of
it
Miss
was.
Maisel, like tits up, but that ain't reality. Like tits up can only happen like 8% of the
But
time.
honestly, like, maybe to her credit, who gives a fuck? Like, come on. It's fine. If she's pretending to be a climate scientist on her campaign with cold nipples, but even though it's hot or something, like, is that really a problem? Is that really a problem?
Oh no, I wouldn't lose an ounce of sleep about it. I don't give two shits.
Right. Okay. So
At the end of the day, does your thong shapewear chafe my fucking butt crack or not? Like, and or you have children make it or not? And is it gonna like? When I buy shapewear too, what I would be interested about shapewear is the cyclicality of the product. Because I buy shapewear and I invest in it and I keep the bitch.
Agreed.
I don't give my shapewear away.
Yeah.
Like
So
I only
durability.
dressed up
Durability.
twice a year.
reduce, reuse, recycle. That's
So
a reduce
whatever.
word. So she started as a shapewear company. However, shapewear is only accounting for about 20% of her sales.
Oh wow.
She introduced underwear, loungewear, almost in the same year, almost immediately. Underwear is now considered to be the primary source of revenue, and I can attest. I love Skims underwear.
You really?
I do. It's all that I wear.
Thongs, big ones, boy
Anything.
shorts.
Everything.
You don't give a shit.
Nope. Loungewear, I agree with. I do Skims pajamas. She introduced menswear in 2023 that is considered to be like a small but growing segment. And I want to talk about partnerships in a second. So I want to just skim past the men's.
Is it acceptable
Skims.
for men's to wear shapewear yet? Should we launch Mims? Like if Maddie wants to suck it the fuck in?
The gay men are wearing shapewear. They're going to be wearing, they're not worried about if it's labeled menswear. Matt's not wearing shapewear. I can attest to that. Swimwear was introduced in 2022.
Gorge.
It is modest of revenue contribution. Underwear is like the thing. Swimwear, maternity, and then they did like a bridal launch. So they have some diversification. So menswear, I will just say, when it did release, they had like record sales of like how they did of the launch, how it cleared out their inventory, and then they were able to stock it accordingly. But the way that they do their inventory, and I'm going to lead into this with their collaborations, but they do like their basics, and then that's usually like they'll do like certain colors or whatever, but you can always get their basics. Relatively always can get their basics.
She has done a really good job with like her basic offerings, her foundational offerings.
And then you do collaborations, and she hustles the hell out of the collaborations. Well, menswear.
I love a good brand collab.
Menswear.
Tom Ford, I think Skims and Tom Ford.
Yes. Well, and I didn't even look up Tom's Word. I had a handful of other collaborations, but menswear was released as, I think, an NBA collaboration. Oh, yeah. The basketball.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then sold out immediately. It became easily an integrated part of their offering. So she diversified quickly. That was 2023. And that's their primary categories. The collaborations is their method of growth. So if you're saying, why did Skims do so well so quickly, and why not Spanx? We would have said at the beginning, it is about the inclusivity and the colors that they offered and like the different shapes and styles of their shapewear. Mm-hmm. But the fact of the matter is, it's not just shapewear. That's just a portion of their revenue. She expanded that product line really quickly and sustained it, but then she did collaborations to sustain that growth. So she has done at least 10 major brand collaborations since 2019. Boy. So she's doing at least two a year, major.
Shout out to Kim's team.
That's
hard.
And then not just product collaborations, which is what I'm going to cover, but then celebrity collaborations just for the campaign. She's hustling. Like, the company is hustling.
They say that. She's a hustler. She doesn't fucking sleep. She's a nutbag.
And it's fact.
Love that for her.
Okay, so a couple of different brand collaborations. I'm going to read a couple of off, and then I have a couple of like, well, what did Skims bring to the table? What did the collab bring to the table, and what happened? So if you want to pick a couple from here. So I'll just list the top 10.
Goes in my eyes so I can listen.
And then you can pick a couple. Okay. So Fendi in 2021.
Ooh.
Team USA Olympics 21 and 22.
That's a big one.
NBA, WNBA, USA Basketball, multiple years. Dolce & Gabbana 2024. Controversy on their show. The North Face 2024. Nike. And then I deleted the rest because I thought they were dumb. Those are the ones that I was interested in.
Is it truly a brand play, or is it just she have a performance play to offer? Or is it truly money?
So let me give you an example.
Smart business lady, or is there like...
That was what I was trying to dig into. So that's why I analyzed it on both. Like, why is she doing this?
What value is she adding?
So
is it already a great product and her brand is selling the North Face because they're already doing a great... I'm okay with that too.
No, let me tell you. So I'll give you an example. A lot of investors and analysts think that Skims is saving Nike this year. So Nike is not performing very well for whatever reason, as things happen cyclically.
You guys got too fucking expensive. Your shit's being made by kids,
Skims,
and you're charging us $400 for a pair of shoes. Get the fuck out of here.
So they announced a partnership. I don't even think it's accessible yet, so I don't think we have results, but I would just use this as an example in what is really hot in conversation right now, is that investors believe that Skims is saving Nike. And if investors investors are saying this, then Skims has insane good credibility. So what Skims is bringing to the table is A, a female audience, B, relevancy, and C, connection
What's
to
relevancy?
Just because like she has a breadth of the fact that like she's conversational, she's doing stuff every single day that Nike can't necessarily pick up on. So she might be at the Met, she might be doing this. Like
She's
Nike
cultural. She understands what's happening in the market. She is the market.
100%.
Do you think she's defining the market?
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Like
She's
you're
cultivating
such
it
an
herself.
icon. You're defining the market.
Yes. What Skims
That's big.
What Skims gets
Like Cher status, and Cher's her idol.
What Skims gets from that though is Nike is a male-dominated brand, and they have a menswear line. That's not their predominant line, but if they have a Skims Nike collab, she will gain share of audience from Nike's male listeners.
She's no dummy.
She's no dummy.
Neither are her.
All right,
people.
give me another one that you want to know something about.
What is? And again, if you say Heath, I didn't do this. This was Skims. This wasn't
Uh-huh.
Kim Kardashian.
Right.
Then someday we'll have her on the show and she gives a fuck about what we're doing. But like from are we doing good for the world? Is she making women feel better about themselves? Does she surround herself with a diverse team? Like when you look at the intro to our, and it can be fine if it evolves. But I was thinking about this a little today. When you think about the intro to our podcast, I'm Jessica. I'm Heather. This is Barbara Bantel.
Like factors as to
What
how
are they
we cling
doing
to.
better for the world? Like back to our values, whether or not we think she's cool or not. And cool could be one of our values.
Yeah. So my take is they don't give enough, similar to comfort. They don't give enough transparent information about their company for us to be able to say, oh yeah, you are going above and beyond, but they're not doing anything worse than your Levi.
What do you think though for us though, like now that we're like, we know that nobody does it the way that like, not nobody, that's a very ignorant comment, but like
by and large.
generally we're having to make exceptions to our values to make the best choice we have out of the choices we have. Are we making those choices and we really need to like invent our own choice? Like, I don't know. Like, are you and I starting to get a little softer on what we tolerate? I guess is my question. Like, I'm challenging us. Are we being?
Think about the audience of Skims is like, if you care enough about what your shape looks like,
I
it's
think
a
you care what your shape looks like. No.
Yeah, like they started as a shapewear company, and they're shapewear for all.
But if whether
Big,
you're my mama
small,
who's
and any
80,
colored.
whether you're mama who's 80 or me who's 15 going to prom, your version of good, if shapewear can make me feel a little bit.
Do you want me to tell you what would change everything in my mind for Skims? And I actually think it'd be a sustainability play that, like, they need to buy Knix.
What's next?
The underwear that I just bought that is a period. Like, you don't have to wear a tampon. So
I
you don't
got them. I got them.
You don't
I don't
have
period
the
anymore.
waste of a tampon.
We wash them.
And then you just rewash them. And
Where's
like
Christy
everybody
giving to
feels
me?
better. And like it aligns to their product values. Like they just need to buy one of them or they need to invent their own. But I think that would go a long way in their sustainability messaging. My point is, I don't think they care. Like every company.
Cut that. We're going to pitch that in like 6 months when we're on a jet. Cut it.
Every company has their
pee too,
like,
sorry.
I know. I'm ready to wrap it up. I'm just saying every company has their the limit to what I care about from a sustainability perspective. And some people need to care more and they don't care enough.
Your capacity to care.
Yeah, like what's the threshold of pain? She's growing insanely. Like nothing in her metrics is telling her that she needs to do anything different than what they're already doing. I have 2 pages of like what they're doing from a ethical perspective, but it's not enough that I think we should report on. I don't think it is.
She's also a fairly new company. She's 6 years old.
Yes. Yes.
How do you come up with that volume and that customer experience, but then also say, like, we've made enough money to be better, do better. And we're solving more of a problem than my skin doesn't match and my body doesn't match. Like, how do you marry giving the market what it wants with giving the market what
and I think
eventually it needs?
I think that's the criticism of capitalism, but I think we can demand what it needs to be. So I think we need to be aware. I don't think that there's anything red flag alarming. I think we should continue to pressure test that. Okay. And I also think that it's not like, I mean, we're talking underwear. Like, it's a couple of inches.
We're clinking.
All right. I'm clinking. Fucking clinking. Thank you for listening to Stirred Up. If you like what you heard, please subscribe. Check us out on YouTube. Follow us on your podcast apps. Please send it to a friend. Leave a comment. Add a rating. Every little bit helps. We look forward to seeing you next week.